This is Euclid Book 10, proposition number 1. We have a long way to go. There's your diagram. Okay. And it says, two unequal magnitudes being set out, if from the greater there be subtracted a magnitude greater than its half, and from that which is left a magnitude greater than its half, and if the process be repeated continually, there will be left some magnitude which will be less than the lesser magnitude set out. At this point, you're scratching your head. Okay. Let A, B, and C, okay, AB is one line, and C is another. They're going to be two unequal magnitudes. Okay? Sort of like if we were saying, for a hypothetical example, we'd have 6 and 4. Obviously, they're not the same size. Okay? We're not saying that, but I'm saying hypothetically if we were, there you go. AB is going to be the greater magnitude. Obviously, from the diagram, you can see that AB is actually longer than C. AB is longer than C. Okay, now we got that. Okay. I say that if from AB there be subtracted a magnitude greater than its half, and from that which is left a magnitude greater than its half, and if this process be repeated continually, there will be left some magnitude which will be less than the magnitude C. For C, if multiplied, will sometime be greater than AB. Okay? And this is, it looks like Euclid Book 5, definition number 4. Let it be multiplied, and let DE be a multiple of C, and let it be greater than AB. So in other words, DE is a multiple of C. Now, what does that actually mean? Okay. Well, if you have the number 3, well, 9 is a multiple of 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. So, we could say that 9 was a multiple of 3, and of course, DE is, of course, greater than C. Now, in this case, the length of DE is actually going to be bigger than the length of AB. Isn't that nice? Okay. Let DE be divided into the parts DF, FG, and GE, and all three of these parts are going to be equal to C. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that DF is going to be the same size as C, FG is going to be the same size as C, and GE is going to be the same size as C. Okay? Alright. From AB, let there be subtracted BH greater than its half. Now, what does that mean? Okay, let's say that AB is 6. Now we know that half of 6 is 3. So BH has to be longer than 3. So let's say that BH is 4. Well, if BH is 4, it's going to be longer than 3. So therefore, BH will be greater than half of AB. That's what they're saying. Okay. And from AH, AK greater than, so from AH, okay, so we have the length of AH right here. And we're going to subtract HK, this HK. HK is going to be longer than half of the length of AH. Again, let's say that AH was 4. And let's say that HK was 3. Well, 3 is more than half of 4, because half of 4 is 2. And HK being 3, 3 would be longer than 2. Okay. You understand this so far? Alright. And let the process be repeated continually until the divisions in AB are equal in multitude with the divisions in DE. So, we have 1, 2, 3 lines here. We have 1, 2, 3 lines here. Okay. Let then AK, KH, and HB be divisions which are equal in multitude with DF, FG, and GE. Well, there are now 3 parts to AB and there are 3 parts to DE. Now, since DE is greater than AB, okay, so we know that line DE is longer than AB, and from DE there has been subtracted EG less than its half, okay, so we're now saying that EG is less than half the length of DE. That's okay. Because if you're dividing DE into 3 equal parts, then obviously GE is going to be a third, not a half. And from AB, we subtract BH, which is greater than its half. Therefore, the remainder GD, okay, GD right here, is greater than the remainder of AH. So this line here is longer than this line here. And since GD is greater than AH, and there has been subtracted from GD the half GF, okay, so GF here is half of GD, or DG, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And from AH, HK is greater than its half. Okay. So KH is, its length is greater than half of AH. Okay. Therefore, the remainder DF is greater than the remainder AK. Okay. DF is longer than AK. That's what he's saying. But DF is equal to C. Therefore, C is also greater than AK. So, if this is the same length as this, alright, this is the same length as this, then this length is now longer than AK. Therefore, AK is less than C. Therefore, there is left of the magnitude AB the magnitude AK, which is less than the lesser magnitude set out, namely C. So now we have successfully proven that AK is not as long as C. And that's what we were trying to prove. Alright. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.